Sorry, I'm just a little bit late. I didn't mean to be. So, you can see our guest here today, the Merlin. He was carved and brought into our our Thailand class when we were studying the Bija. And he was offered for someone to buy it, which we had not the funds to be able to do that and stay in Thailand. So, again, a friend presented us later with the gift of Merlin's carving. Let me see, there you can see better. So that's been since 1995. He's been with us a long time, and he's so powerful. And he certainly gives you the message to always look up. Always look up to the God light within you, and you'll find your answers. But he's going to say a few words in a little while. There seems to be a lot of people on today. Let me see if I can get to the beginning. My goodness. Well, I wanted to let everyone know I have great love and many blessings to share with all of you, and how much you lift my heart, being able to come every day, be who I am, and do what I do, and see the changes in all of you as we all work together and laugh together. And it's quite wonderful. So our topic today, as I want to say, let's do it again. I'm going to run this real quickly. Tube of light, 3 times out around us, up with the spiraling protective blue flame of Buddha, 4 inches thick around us. Hatabashi, angels, the masters, and all the masters of light are welcome to come here today. So let's say hello to everyone before I get started talking. I never get back to it. So, let's see. Were you able to keep the same friends during your spiritual journey to now? Some we have. Some have went on their own ways and doing their own thing. There was a long time when we all shared with each other and would go to each other's things. And we used to cross country, so it got to be a little bit too much. Like if we I did Aspen for a number of years. We'd go to San Francisco and that type of thing. But, everybody gets a space where, Doug and I stopped traveling. That's a lot of work to maintain that. And we did it in Aspen for a long time out of the think tank. So then we decided to personalize what we do and to help people on an individual. We felt that that's what was missing. And so that's why I usually do mentoring. And Doug does his thing in his way. So it's all worked out. But, the thing about that is, and it's a good thing about that is, on our spiritual journey, we all shift. And we all change. And it's not always all together. That's why the masters will tell you, friends fall away, but new ones will come. So we have attained new ones for those who no longer are there. But in our heart, there'll always be those that open the seed within us to the depth where we are today. Because that one group, we meditated a month together. It was, and then we went back for another month. So it kind of became where we were. And I think about it now, and I hardly even know if I told my children where we were. And it was just the well of light that was around us. But it was quite an an adventure. And someday I may take people there. I've been reaching out to my teacher who, the last time I talked to him, he was in Japan. So we'll see when he responds. He's elusive, I guess, as eventually we all will become. So I hope that explains the answer to your question, Chase. As you grow, you'll find new friends, and some the older friends will stay, but then they may drop away because change is a given when you are on the path. You don't go on the path to stay where you are. So here's Barbara. She's looking forward to our discussion today. And her eye surgery went well. Very good. Carol, good morning. Yes, I know that's what happens to a lot of people after they do the cataracts, is they have perfect vision. What a concept, right? And good morning, Julie. And she says a lot of her friends are metaphysically minded. They're not. But they don't mind her talking about her thing. That's wonderful. And Lauren, good morning. Yes, and maybe you want to let us know where you're coming from. What time is it where you are, Lauren? I know I'm on the East Coast, but there's people all over. Cavell, Julie learning to listen. And hello and good morning, Lauren. Christina, she's all the way around from Greece. That's pretty far. Marby, good morning. Cavell. She has certain friends she gets to discuss certain things with. That's wonderful. So I think that's my end. It's not going anymore. So here's our word from the Merlin that first we're going to discuss. And it is about doubt. I pretty much am sure there's no one here today that doesn't have a doubt. And here's the reason. Because doubt is in our third and fourth dimension. Now, if perhaps you've attained fifth dimension, you might not have any doubt. But it's for having the fifth dimension and holding it, you know. The Merlin himself will say, or any of the masters, when they move their consciousness down into where we are, they too are affected with doubt. So that's a pretty interesting statement to have him say, which we wouldn't have known how powerful that thought that has been like a blanket over all of us. We have to get to where we can choose to not have doubt, to trust and faith in God and all there is from where our belief system lies. So next time you feel a wave of doubt coming over you, know it's the energy of consciousness you're in, perhaps not your truth. And if it's not a truth and not something offered to you, what would you believe? You see? I think sometimes doubt gives us a way out. It gives us a way to not be here or not be there. And just not to be everywhere. But it's where that surrender comes in. Surrendering to where you live, how you love, who you love, and how you allow God into your life. There's no stamp of approval. Oh, gosh, you're doing the right thing. You must really get it. No, because every moment is a process of choice and decision. Maybe you don't like the word decision, but let's go with choice. How's that? So, your Chase says, I saw a clip of Whoopi Goldberg talking about the same surgery. She does not wear glasses anymore. Yeah. I've had 2 friends recently have it done. Now, I will say both shortly afterwards did have to get glasses for one or the other, nearsighted or farsighted. But right afterwards, it was perfect. So we'll see what happens. I wish the best for you. And it can only be good. I made a comment to someone talking to me just this morning. I said, let's take a minute and erase all of your questions, all your doubts, and what would be the positive for today? She says, oh, well, everything's going to be perfect because it will anyway. And that is the truth. There is a perfection that is undeniable, because no matter what it is that's happening, apparently it's perfect because you're getting what you get. Anyone else around you is getting what they get. It all depends on where you are on your journey. So, I want you to take a minute and let me know if you have a question for Merlin. Let me say, to give him more of an introduction, well, she's from the East Coast of in Connecticut. That's great, Lauren. Very good. All right. So, the Merlin was in the 5th and 6th century. He existed a long time. He lived a long time. He is one of the lifetimes of Saint Germain. Yes, one and the same. And during that time, he did miraculous things, along with taking a lot of us that are right here on this call and having us go through a beginning study of healing and laughter and love. Perhaps at some point, if you don't already, you'll remember your time of him having you blow bubbles and learning how to catch them, or playing the flute and watch the notes fly away, and how the effect of the music you played had people want to follow you. There's no mistake how these things have developed because they all happened with the Merlin. And you'll see he's quite a unique person. He speaks in riddles and puzzles. He loves giving you a puzzle about yourself to contemplate. And you may say, sometimes I do the same thing. Well, okay. I guess it's how I learned. My teacher, the one that I'm not able to reach at this point, spoke Merlin. So most of my healing process was through the laughter of Merlin, which was wonderful. Sometimes, and I still have one that I have not been able to understand. Perhaps someday. Okay, Lauren has a question for Merlin. Why did I get so caught up in feeling betrayed? Okay. Now, he'll probably not take it as such a personal thing, but more like, why do people get caught up on betrayed? You see? Also, how can I let go of hurt, pain, and confusion? And I guess the first thing I want to say, really? You don't have a clue? Okay. We'll see what he says. Here's someone from Julie Johnson. She's from California. Uh-huh. Anywhere but the Yosemite, I guess. Very good. All right. So I wanted to mention about doubt because for me that's fascinating that he becomes like our consciousness and has difficulty managing doubt. Sometimes it makes me think, is there someone else out there that puts like a thing in the world, you know? All right. So let me get quiet and I'll bring him in and we'll see how it goes, right? His first question to me was, do you want the jovial me or the wisdom me? He's just funny. I'm going to ask for the wisdom part of him. And then I see like 12 of him standing across him. He can become many different parts. So let the wisdom come. He's telling me it doesn't portray the hat he wears. Well, you have a hood on here. He says, but I wear a separate hat when my hood is down. I'm like, all right, back to work. He says he's going to make like me. Let's let the light move down around us. Mm-hmm. Yes, 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 from high above. And here we let our hearts come together, you see? There's more practice to becoming all of the one that are perfect moments to allow your heart to become part of the whole. I see a couple of familiar faces here. Perhaps as you feel my energy, you can remember me. Some? What was the question? The word betrayal? Are you ready for the truth of my answering? For those who have to learn betrayal have betrayed. So you must think of maybe not even this lifetime, but other lifetimes you have spent energy in betwixting, betraying, manipulating. So now you feel betrayed. It is how the balance of the karma happens. So you must decide to let it go from deep within. Within the inner lining, this is found in your stomach. You do not know how your digestive is, but it's betraying you, you see. So, address this point and begin to become easier on others because it's the same process of being easier and forgiving to the part of you who once did their acting out. It's like looking at the self, looking in the mirror, and you will find your way. That perhaps will make it a little bit easier or more wondering. I do not know. And your other question, what is it, Lauren? Lauren. Definitely, I see you in my place where I worked with many of you, and you were even contrary then. You were very willful, very, very willful. So I can see how you would then find ways to be manipulative and in betrayal. So you must love that part of you and let it choose to be loving and not needing to have whatever it is you seek and for owning what's already there. So your other words, let go of hurt, pain, and confusion. Well, these alone I can see how they came from that which we see actions were. So you've set yourself up to have a deep healing, for it all to come up in this lifetime so close to the time of ascension. Pain. This is people that disappointed you. You use the word hurt. And then the confusion that whatever it is you do with it. So everyone listen. When you have an issue, and it is like this, so deep inside, you must love you because you are requiring someone to do this for you so you can heal. There is a consciousness that lies within the energy of the human that knows that healing results from being able to perceive the same thing that you've once done before, but forgive and to love. I do not know how many of you go within the world of the Akashic records, but the answer there is often forgive. Let's see from this day, how many choose to start forgiving yourself instead of pulverizing the person that you feel betrayed you. Be gratitude. They're giving you the opportunity to finally heal this painful experience of you. And therefore, my friend Lauren, and we're grateful for you today being our example because it has created confusion. Created confusion down into the depth of how you love and about loving God and loving you. Very deep-seated. So, you need to sit down and do some journaling about all these things and see what may come through as your higher self might write through you and tell you, so this is how it is. And awareness happens and light bulbs go on inside. And you begin to set yourself free. It's never about someone else setting you free. You are the main character, you see? You are the one that must love. You are the one that must forgive. And why do I say that with such a total feeling? Because it's the total truth. It doesn't matter what other people think or what they say. Once you begin to remember more about yourself, you will have a greater understanding of every day. Many blessings to you, Lauren. And thank you again. That's wonderful because that's where he saw that it lied. Very good. I would almost say if your stomach hasn't bothered you, let's be grateful because it is, let me find the word here for earth. The The word I would use from our land would be separation, but here it's going to be opening to allow unhealthiness. But this release can change that, because choices about loving yourself are going to change, and how you eat are going to change. It's going to go very deep in how you release. And you must all understand this. It is in perfect order. Healing is not a bad thing. It is that which is part of being here on earth. You are in classroom 101. Let me see. Is anyone in 102? Oh, I was being funny. 101 goes on and on and on. And you will find yourself betwixtled sometimes and not knowing where to go and what to think. And what does it all mean? It all means that you're a powerful soul and that you deserve to have everything that God wishes to give you. But in your mind, oh, since I've done that and I feel this, oh, and I believe in this, you don't let all of God's light come into you. And it is time to let all these things go. It is time to lighten that which is around your energy, within and without. And let God touch you and let Him show you the blessing and the joy of being whole, of being all the light He offers to give you. And therefore, we're on the path. We are on the path determining where each step goes. Or you can be on the path and following each step and judging it and criticizing it. Do you see what happens here? You start to go a little slower and a little downward. No, we do not want that. We want you to go forward with an open heart, with a voice. You must have your voice, with your voice that sings, for it is God that sits in the energy of the voice, and you must sing the Lord. You must sing the heavens. And you must sing the light and love about you. You see, there is a level each person each day has already requested of what it could let go today. Now, sometimes many people build. This is not a good building situation where you build one on another and another and another, where you're not moving and letting go. So let that be part of your intention, as it is appropriate, to continually choose to move forward and let go and love and forgive. It is true. It is true. It is true. There is a place down within the depth of your soul that has little ribbons that hold tight every pattern that is an illusion waiting for you to illuminate it. So, I see many going and trying to get the bow untied. Well, it can't do the bowing untying until you have released the pattern. So this requires being able to see it, being able to look at it. And most importantly, first of all, desiring to do it. But there it is. Perhaps you can see it, perhaps you cannot, but maybe you can feel it. Yes, deep, deep, deep within the level of the soul. And many of them are so strong they can keep you from the next step or can even back you up. All depends on you. There is nowhere else, unless there's a couple planets you could go to that are very restrictive and don't let you go forward. Believe me, don't take that path. So, you must always know here on Earth, there's always picking the foot up and moving forward if you choose. And sometimes you must let go of things you think you need, but believe me, all you need is an open heart and your third eye and vision and your crown expansive and seeing the expansion of God's gifts He has to give you, and be free. If you can do that, you're going to be happy. And when you choose to have to see something that isn't quite so happy, you can go, I don't need that anymore. It's not protecting me like I thought it was. No, no. Yes, I knew someone was going to ask this question. How do I have miracles happen? Interesting question, isn't it? But there is a secret. Are you ready for me to share it with you? Be careful here. I am a vessel of God. It is God that chooses to move through me as my sight has become so clear and released together. And yes, there have been miracles happen, perhaps for some of you here. You just may not have been aware that God and I were here together to help you. Yes, yes, those who do not understand call me a magician. I understand. I am not a magician. I'm a holder of the light of God. My study is with the herbs and the land within the forest. For instance, if I had Lauren and I was in the woods, I would give her a tincture and she would be fine. It is not that easy for us anymore. We do not get to just pluck you away like we used to. But it's all right. It'll find its way to you. Believe me. Third chakra, very, very important about the loving of you. Yes, all the chakras are important. Now, come on, I taught you this. But the third chakra holds empowerment. It is so much a part of the world here as we're beginning to make choices of which way or what. And to be able to become empowered in the light of God you hold is the greatest gift you can give to yourself at this time. No fear. Fear will drive you into the ground. You must hold your heart high and know in that divine power of the blue flame of the threefold flame around you will hold strong. And the pink fire of love and behind your right shoulder. And most importantly, the wisdom of the yellow flame that blazes up in front of you. Apo yekia no po shakete bededamo. Omo kete hesha pata wene peta po. Oh no. I'm going to send you a mandala image for your journey. Perhaps you'll see it, perhaps you won't. Perhaps one day you will be able to draw it and wonder, what am I doing? But it is about making the journey within yourself and how to find your way home. It's about finding your way home. You can contemplate, but get your vision snappy, and get your energy of your impression so it can impress upon your heart and let you find your way with ease and joy. That is what it's about now. That is what it's about now. Being happy. What is happiness? Oh, happiness is being free. Having went through all your issues and being in alignment with God's ever so loving energy. As the vessel, you are happy. Happy to do, happy to be, happy as is. Let me see. She wants to look at the thing for a moment. He is straight to the point. Oh, yes. Thank you, Lauren. Not everybody loves me, but for those who are willing to make movement, they will hear me, and they will allow the light as the vessel to come and to touch them. That is the magic you can choose to read about, to hear about, but it is so. It is very, very so. Any last question before it is time to go? I've talked about so many things and filled your head. You must sit and make notes and remind yourself of who I am. We used to all sit upon the stones and the lily pads, and we would laugh and speak together and be in peace. It was our love experience. And then someone would choose to play their flute, and we would just go all together around the woods. These things you've heard of are not things, they were actual. They were us. They were how we learned to love. So here you are in the forgetting, and I am coming here to remind you. Be free. Be happy. Let me see if someone wrote. Oh, how can we manifest? Well, aren't we on a busy bee? Manifestation will come once you have manifested you in the light of the heavens. Then manifestation will come. Much is sent to you each every day. And you do not like the way it comes or how it sounds or the frequency it holds, and you drop it or send it back. You're just not aware. You've got to raise this consciousness so that you can see these things and become to know these things. And you can choose to say, thank you. It is the biggest word that's forgotten, you know. Thank you. So, I say thank you to you and your audience. And you're willing to listen and to grow. Just as before, I was sure that you had not forgotten. So, I wish you thank you and many blessings. And may the path spiral its way to truth for you. Many blessings. You are. You could feel your happiness, his happiness, could you not? Yes, he is a mixture of both. Very unique. There isn't another. Marlin, here he is. There's a beautiful white snow owl. It's beautiful. A little bit larger than that one looks, but she also is gifted. I've had her talk to me before. So you see, it's kind of the magical part of the world. Doesn't mean it's bad, just means it is. You know, the greatest magic there is the healing power of God's love. Lauren says she will listen to this again and again. Well, I'll start having him more and more. And he's wanting to start doing sessions with me as I got and received mine. So I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. Before then he gets the serious and then the laughter. It's like you just are in a whirlwind of so many things happening. Probably how Lauren feels today. Yeah. There's so many of the masters that have their own unique piece, and that's part of the goal now that they're wanting me to do is to bring them forward. Moses doesn't go by Moses anymore. He's Lord Lanto. And I may have him come one day. Your heart just wants to hold still so you can let him be a part of it. It's just very profound. Yes, Lauren. He was here. And no, he's always here. He's in the other room where he can look out over the lake. He likes lakes. So, all right. Time for me to head out. I hope you all enjoyed today. And Chase, I didn't see you. Did you like Saint Germain? I'm not Saint Germain. Well, he is Saint Germain, but a different version of Saint Germain, one from a more ancient time. All right. Many blessings. See you Monday. Bye-bye.